Welcome again to another show. You are now on another Tony Smith Bible Rant. I'm your host, Tony Smith. I want to welcome everybody. Tonight, we're going to deal with the Apostle Paul, the killer for Jesus the Christ. And I believe Scar Shine is the one who wanted me to put this together. And it was pretty interesting when I put it together. I learned a whole bunch of stuff about Paul. And it was pretty dope. So we're going to deal with that. And so before we deal with that, what we'll do is, as we always do, we're going to give shout outs to all the brothers and sisters in attendance, and then we're gonna get to the lesson. But it's gonna be cool, man. If you are just a history person or just like knowledge, you're gonna really enjoy it. You're gonna be like, man, this shit's awesome. Because I really enjoy putting it together because I'm a history buff and I love matching the Bible with history, you know what I'm saying? So I love it. It was cool. So, excuse me, let's do shouts out to all the brothers and sisters. We have Lori Root Riley in the house. What's up, Sister Lori Root Riley? All love. She's a killer. She has her live cast. She does weekly in the mornings. Please catch her live cast. And they only like 20 minutes. But it's a lot of information within those 20 minutes. Please check her out. We have Sister Tracy Conley in the house. What's going on, Sister Tracy Conley? All love. All love, all love, all love. She's a beast. We got the killer, Brother John Barlow, making it live. What's up? Yeah, we live, Brother John Barlow. We live. All love, my brother. Yeah, you made it. You made it live. All love. We have Holly Dyke in the house, killer, beast mode. We've got Lucy Ann Flash is in the house. We got Lucy in the house, killer. We got Jill Johnston in the house, formerly one of the board of directors of the Great News Network, which was a great network in its time. And she was one of the board of directors. She also has a business where she sells these pyramids who help us so that we don't have to deal with the 5G. You know what I'm saying? And she has this business, so check her out, Jill Johnston. Because these pyramids work, man. I'm telling you, they work, you know. And so, beast mode, that's the fam coming together, entrepreneuring, because that's what's gonna be, man. We're gonna have to take care of ourselves. We're gonna have to feed ourselves. We're gonna have to garden. We're gonna have to do all these things ourselves. We're gonna have to separate from this system, man, eventually, because this system wants to chip you. Want to put a chip in your brain. You know what I mean? You want a chip in your brain? You want the vaccine? Didn't Joe Biden just come on the fucking TV and on the TV he told you, he said, hey, I need your help. I need you. I need you to kill yourself. Oh, I didn't mean to say it like that. What I meant to say is, I need you to get vaccinated, which is code word for kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what we dealing with. So fuck all that shit. Let's go through some more brothers and sisters and give shout outs. We got brother Heath Stoudemire from Alabama. He is a killer out there in the streets. Hell yeah. We got Desiree's live stream. She plays the guitar. She brings like high frequency with her guitar. Like she a cool person, man. Check out her live streams too. Who else we got? We got the George in the house. What's up, brother Chris George? Beast Mode. A live cast. Check out his live cast that he do from time to time. He'll eventually become beast mode in that regard as far as live cast. We got Yulie McAdams in the house. What's up, Yulie McAdams? I've been knowing her for a long ass time, for like 4 or 5 years. Yulie McAdams. She used to be down back in the Green Party days. Yulie McAdams still hanging around. All love, sis. We got Adrian Sortino. Adrian Sortino. How you doing? What up, everybody? We got Cindy Smith in the house, a distant cousin. Cindy Smith, distant cousin. What's up, girl? We got Allison Jean McCone in the house. What's up, Allison Jean McCone? She's a killer, dude. She asks hella questions. I like her because she make me think. Like when she asked the question, I'm like, yeah, I should have thought about that. So she's a killer, dude. I like her. Allison Jean McCone. We got Tommy Murdoch, the killer from the UK. Beast mode, my brother. Tommy Murdoch is a great example of when you learn who you are, you become great. This brother, man, check out his live cast. He gets greater and greater as time progresses. This brother grows and grows. I love watching him grow. It's a beautiful flower I get to watch bloom from its inception. It's beautiful, man. Brother Tommy Murdoch, beast mode, my brother. Who else we got out here? Who else we got? We got a lot of people out tonight. What's up, everybody? We got the Sister Gwendolyn Taylor in the house. What's up, Sister Gwendolyn Taylor? She's a killer. You know, another one of our people. We got Amanda Honeycutt in the house. What's up, Sister Amanda Honeycutt? All love. All love. Yeah, the beasts come out at night. Why do the beasts come out at night? Because we got this light shining and we gotta, you know, in dark time you can see it. You know what I'm saying? When it's light outside, it's like, so why are we out at night? That's what we do. Yeah. Hell yeah, everybody. All love to the fam. All love to the fam. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. This called the Apostle Paul, the killer of Jesus the Christ, because the Apostle Paul initially was a piece of shit, you know what I'm saying? And then he learned to become good. But I want to go through a timeline of Paul. So let's do that. I'm gonna show you this timeline real quick. Hold up. So let's go through this timeline. Alright. Okay, it says, so fuck this Jewish shit. When you see Jewish That's a bunch of bullshit. So the Apostle Paul, born a Roman citizen to, fuck that Jewish, born to Israelite parents in Tarsus, which is modern Turkey, was a part of the Roman Empire. And when we read about Paul in the Bible, you're going to see that it came in handy that him being a Roman citizen. So he wasn't actually born in the land of Israel. He was born in Tarsus. You know what I'm saying? Paul. Another tidbit, if you didn't know, Paul was not born in the land of Israel. From AD 20 to 30, he studied Torah in Jerusalem with Gamaliel. And guess what? Who Gamaliel is? Gamaliel is the high priest who oversaw the death of Jesus. So at that time, Gamaliel was the one who helped Jesus get killed. And then through his studies, he became a Pharisee between 20 AD and 30 AD. So 30 to 33 AD, this is around the time Jesus' death, between 30 and 36 AD. He persecuted followers of Jesus of Nazareth in Jerusalem and Judea. If Paul had the chance, he would have been among the ones who crucified Jesus around this time. So in 33 to 36, he converted on the way to Damascus. He was headed to Damascus to kill a bunch of Israelites who believed in Jesus. And he spent 3 years in Arabia, and then he returned to Damascus to preach Jesus as the Messiah. So that's where we're going to deal with. We can go through some more information on him. He preaches in Tarsus. Now, when he go to Tarsus, they try to kill him in Tarsus. So then he tries to go to Antioch. They try to kill him there too. But we're going to go through all this information. So just what we're going to concentrate mostly on is the time between 6 AD and 36 AD. But we are going to go to 44, 46. We're going to go through all this time period. We're going to show you all the shit he dealt with. You know what I'm saying? He's killed in Rome in 64. Why he's killed early is because he avoided 70 AD, because in 70 AD, Rome sacked Jerusalem. So according to the scriptures, God took him out. So in 64, Paul died. So let's deal with it biblically. We've seen it in history. That's the historical account of Paul through history. So let's do it in the Bible. So let's go to Acts chapter 8. Acts 8. And we're going to pick it up at verse 3. Acts 8 and 3. Acts chapter 8 and verse 3. Acts chapter 8 and 3. Acts 8 and 3, and it reads, As for Saul, he made havoc of the church, entering into every house and hauling men and women committed them to prison. Therefore they that were scattered abroad went everywhere preaching the word. So Paul scattered all the people because, and his name was Saul before it was turned to Paul. We're going to read why his name was turned to Paul. But his name is initially Saul, named after the king, the first king of Israel. And so he persecuted everybody who believed that the Messiah had come. You know what I'm saying? He was a Pharisee. And the Pharisees believed the same. Judaism comes out of the Pharisee doctrine. The Pharisees and their doctrine, that's where Judaism comes from. There was another sect called the Sadducees. We're going to read about them. They didn't believe in the resurrection. But Judaism believed in the resurrection and everything, but they didn't believe Jesus was the Messiah. And this was the running doctrine or historical or whatever at that time period, right? So at that time period, Paul was a Pharisee, which was around 30 to 44 AD. So between 30 and 44 AD, this is what Paul was doing, right? So now let's go over to the 9th chapter of Acts, and let's pick it up at verse 1. This is Acts chapter 9, verse 1. Acts 9 and 1. Acts chapter 9 and verse 1. Acts 9 and 1. Don Riley said, big time waster. Reading and learning is a big time waster. Well, if that's what that text means, Don Riley, that reading is a big time waster, then I waste a lot of time. Because that's what I do, I read. So, let's go to Acts chapter 9, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Acts 9 and 1. And it reads, and Saul, yet breathing out threatenings and slaughter against the disciples of the Lord, went unto the high priest, and desired of him letters to Damascus to the synagogues, that if he found any of this way, whether they were men or women, he might bring them bound unto Jerusalem. So basically he went and got a warrant to go arrest people and bring them back to Jerusalem, arrested, so he could put them in prison for dealing with Jesus. Because their law was Torah. You know what I'm saying? But they did not understand Torah, so they believed that Jesus was a cult, which eventually the Catholic Church comes out of what Paul taught, but they don't give Paul the credit. They give the credit to Peter, because the church is completely based off of a lie. The initial leader of that church is a lie. Paul is the one who created the Catholic Church, not Peter. But we're going to read about it. So Paul basically got a search warrant. He got a warrant to do whatever he want. He can kill whoever he want, do whatever he want. This is what Paul got. So he headed to Damascus. And as he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly there shined round about him a light from heaven. And he fell to the earth, and heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? And he said, Who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. And he trembled and astonished said, Lord, what wilt thou have me to do? And the Lord said unto him, Arise and go into the city, and it shall be told thee what thou must do. And the men which journeyed with him stood speechless, hearing a voice, but seeing no man. And Saul arose from the earth, and when his eyes were opened, he saw no man. But they led him by the hand and brought him into Damascus. And he was 3 days without sight. So Paul couldn't see for 3 days after he seen that vision. After he seen that light, he couldn't see for 3 days. He said, and neither did he eat nor drink. Why did he not eat nor drink? It's because he was fasting. Because the Lord just anointed him an apostle for his work. So now Paul has to fast. And then he took the sight from him, because once he can see, then he can really see. Because there's more than one sight. You see with your eyes, but you see with your mind what the fuck's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? So he said, Verse 10, and there was a certain disciple at Damascus named Ananias. And to him said the Lord in a vision, Ananias. And he said, Behold, I am here, Lord. And the Lord said unto him, Arise, and go into the street which is called Straight, and inquire in the house of Judas for one called Saul of Tarsus. For, behold, he prayeth, and he hath seen in a vision a man named Ananias coming in and putting his hand on him, and he might receive his sight. So Jesus came to Ananias by an angel and told Ananias, you got to give Paul his sight. Paul lost his sight by the sight of that light, and they all heard the voice, right? So now, this is how they're going to be able to understand the miracle. You know what I'm saying? They both end up at the same place at the same time, and nobody told them to do it but God on each side. So that's where this is miraculous come from. You know what I'm saying? But we get to see before it happens. So now, Jesus come to Ananias and tell him to go deal with Paul, right? Verse 13, then Ananias answered, Lord, I have heard by many of this man how much evil he hath done to thy saints at Jerusalem. So Ananias like, Lord, why is you telling me to go holler at Saul? Do you know how many motherfuckers this dude done killed? We was preaching you in fucking Israel. This motherfucker go around killing people, Joe. What you talking about? So, verse 14, and here he hath authority from the chief priest to bind all that call on thy name. So he said he went and got the warrants from the chief priest, dude. He could cut our head off, do whatever he want to us. What is you talking about? Go holler at Paul. But as we read earlier, you know, there is a mission between Ananias and Paul, so a miracle could happen so both their eyes can be open. You know what I'm saying? This is how it go down. Verse 15, it says, But the Lord said unto him, Go thy way, for he is a chosen vessel unto me, to bear my name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel. For I will show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake. And Ananias went his way and entered into the house, and putting his hand on him, said, Brother Saul, the Lord, even Jesus, that appeared unto thee in the way as thou camest, had Holy Ghost. And immediately there fell from his eyes as it had been scales. And he received his sight forthwith, and arose, and was baptized. And when he had received meat, he was strengthened. Then was Saul certain days with the disciples which were at Damascus. And straightway he preached Christ in the synagogues, that he is the Son of God. But all that heard him were amazed, and said, Is not this he that destroyed them which called on this name in Jerusalem, and came hither for that intent, that he might bring them bound unto the chief priests? They like, dude, what the fuck is this? Isn't this the dude who came to kill these motherfuckers talking about Jesus? Why is this dude talking Jesus now? What the fuck is this? But what did we read? We read that Paul got his sight gone. You know what I'm saying? A miracle happened between him and Ananias. And don't nobody know about it. So they like tripping, because they know Paul. Paul was the biggest killer of the people who believe that Jesus is the Christ, because they believed that Jesus was a false Messiah and he was not Jehovah. So this is where the whole thought process of you not being God comes from. This. You know what I'm saying? Before that, they believed they the gods of the earth. That's why they became racist. The Israelites became racist, and like And we're like, no, you can't have this, all this shit, dude. That's why the Israelites are scattered abroad today, because of their arrogance. Because their God resists the proud. You know what I'm saying? You can't be proud. You can't be like, oh, I'm somebody. It's fucking awesome that you know who you are, but you can't think you somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's awesome when you learn that you are a God of the earth. It's awesome to learn that these motherfuckers are enslaving you and you know that you can get out of the slavery. It's fucking dope. But you can't start thinking you somebody because of. This is what fucked us up. This is what fucked our whole fucking generations up, our history as Israelites. Because if you believe Jesus is the Christ, you're an Israelite. We're going to read this in this lesson as well. But if you believe Jesus is the Christ, man, you're an Israelite. You're a sovereign God of the earth. I can read you that. If you believe in Jesus, see, it starts with belief. Just like you believe the TV, that the TV told you that COVID is real, just how you believe that, you gotta believe what the fuck you read too, right? But then somebody gonna come and tell you, oh, the Bible was written by men. Who the fuck else gonna write it? Your fucking cat? Your dog, the fucking deer on the road, they gonna write it? Who the fuck else is gonna write information that you could read and absorb? You fucking retards. So it's all about putting the history with the Bible, lining it up, and learning. It's that simple, man. It's that fucking simple. So Paul got with Ananias, right? And he was straightway baptized and all that. He started preaching Jesus. And let's go to verse 21, Acts 9 and 21. But all that heard him were amazed and said, is this not he that destroyed them which were called on this name in Jerusalem, and came hither for that intent, that he might bring them bound unto the chief priests? But Saul increased the more in strength, and confound the Jews which dwelled in Damascus. So he checked them Jews which was dwelled at Damascus, like, man, I don't give a fuck if what y'all thought I was. This what I'm on now. And they like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? They tripping. But Saul increased more in strength and confound the Jews which dwelt at Damascus, proving that this is very Christ. And after that, many days were fulfilled. The Jews took counsel to kill him. They just loved Paul for killing these people, and now they are taking counsel to kill Paul now that he preaching Jesus. Let's read that again. He said, but Saul increased more in strength and confound the Jews that dwelt at Damascus, proving that this is Christ. He proved to them that Jesus is Jehovah. He proved it to him. He said, this Jehovah, the dude that came down from the heavens and born of Mary, this is Jehovah. He told them that, and they like, oh, what the fuck? Because they didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So they got pissed off when they realized that he was right. They was like, oh, man, we got to kill this motherfucker, man. Fuck this dude, man. He bogus. You know what I mean? And then he said, but they're laying await, and after that many days were fulfilled, the Jews took counsel to kill him. They came together. Man, how, then this bogus, he fucking up. Dude, the Pharisees don't teach that. He going against the Pharisees, so he must be bogus. You know what I'm saying? He said, but their laying await was known of Saul, and they watched the gates day and night to kill him. They watch the gates day and night to kill them. Do they not watch the gates day and night to kill you if they get you a chance to do that to you? Tell somebody they a sovereign God, see what they do to you. See what they say to you. They'll say you a psychopath. Tell them that your country is Israel and them people over there in your land is fake. Tell somebody that, see what they do to you. Tell somebody that you are possibly from one of the 12 tribes of Israel because Jesus the Christ is your king. See what they do to you. See what they say to you. You think they're going to accept that? This the same thing with these motherfuckers in these times. They don't accept that shit. You know what I'm saying? But their laying in wait was known of Saul, and they watched the gates day and night to kill him. Then the disciples took him by night and let him down by the wall in a basket. So they put him in a basket like, dude, they finna kill you. So they dropped him in a basket and said, here, get away. And when Saul was come to Jerusalem, he essayed to join himself to the disciples, but they were all afraid of him and believed not that he was a disciple. They were scared of him. When he came in, they was like, what's up? They said, oh shit, that's Saul. Man, he'll kill you, dude. You know he a Pharisee. Everybody in there believing in Jesus, they like, what's up, man? We're going to have to do something. Verse 27, but Barnabas took him and brought him to the apostles and declared unto them how he had seen the Lord in the way, and that he had spoken to him, and how he had preached boldly at Damascus in the name of Jesus. So he told him, he's like, man, dude, preach Jesus. He told him Jesus the king and all this in Damascus, man. They was trying to kill him. We had to lower him down in a basket to get him over here to talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying, Joe? So Paul cool, man. Y'all back up, man. Chill out. Quit being some cowards. Paul cool. Verse 28, and he was with them coming in and going out at Jerusalem. And he spake boldly in the name of the Lord Jesus and disputed against the Grecians. He disputed against the Greeks even. But they went about to slay him. When he spoke Jesus to the Greeks tried to kill him. So this is the beginning of Paul's ministry. When all this is happening, this is the beginning of it. And look how many people want to kill him. His own people want to kill him first and foremost. And now as he's going, running, because he got to run from the killing, he's still talking Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Now more people want to kill him. For whose name's sake? Jesus. Jesus' name's sake. Right? So give me 1 second. I'm going to put y'all on hold. Don't nobody leave, but keep that in mind. I want y'all to marinate on that for a second with when you talking about Jesus. And you know what I'm saying? Because we got to stop this religion shit. We got to quit. We got to get people's minds away from religion. We ain't talking religion. This is history. Did we just not read a fucking timeline of history of Paul's fucking life? And now it's in this goddamn Bible. You know what I'm saying? This is our history. This is your history. If you believe Jesus is the king of the earth, this is your history. He recorded it for you when you learn who you are. Even if you're not a physical Israelite, physically you are from the seed of Japhet, or you're a European or an Asian, or you from Ham. But when you say Jesus your king, you're an immigrant to the land of Israel, and you're an Israelite, and you're entitled to a lot in the land because God promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that he will give his people a land and they will have a lot for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So y'all bear with me a couple moments and marinate on that with me for a little bit, and then I'll come back and we'll finish talking about Paul and his life. So just deal with this for 1 second. What's a man through a king? What's a king through a God? What's a God through a unbeliever? A unbeliever in anything. We'll make it out alive. Alright, alright. No church in the wild. Here's on the mausoleum floor. Lost things that cause indoors. Lies on the lips of a priest. Hands get in the skies as a fist. Rolling in the room, voice Phoenix. Only the dust of God is almighty from bliss. Yeah, cocaine sis. Hold while like I got the whole thing blazed. The drug dealer chick. I wonder if the Zach raised the rate. Bias, bias, God lost bias. Target test, what we don't think. Of a Plato, speech. I'm out of body, I know you hear my sneak. Jesus was a conference a years late. Overflow the Holy Ghost, get the hell up out your sins. Preach. You're my mix and a mom. What's a man through a king? What's a king through a God? What's a God through an unbeliever? What's unbeliever? Anything. We'll make it out alive. Alright, alright. No church in the wild. Alright, everybody. Thank you for taking that time for me. So like, this is what it is. Like, you have to, like, put away your feelings. It's like being scared. Like, that's the first thing you got. It's because they is finna come at you, man. They're gonna start, doing, blocking you on Facebook. Like, they're gonna come at you. When you start believing this shit and knowing what it is, they're gonna come at you. Yeah, I had to get, where we at? Yeah, I had okay, I'm reading y'all comments. Alright, so where we are in Paul's life is here. Hold up. We are at between the years of 36 AD and 46 AD. That's where we are in Paul's life. Between the years of, and like, people, if you listen to this, you're probably like, oh, this fake, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, but it ain't. This history. Let me show you. This history. This ain't fake shit. This history right here. Hold up. This is history. We just read this. He flees Damascus because of persecution. Did we not just read that in Acts 9 when they let him down in the basket? Remember? We just read that. That was in 36 AD. Read that right now. Teaching Antioch. We ain't there yet. In the Bible. So now scared of because he was killing people. You know what I'm saying? And verse 27 said, but Barnabas took him and brought him to the apostles and declared unto them how he had seen the Lord in the way, and that he had spoken to him, and how he had preached boldly at Damascus in the name of Jesus. And he was with them coming and going out at Jerusalem, and he spake boldly in the name of the Lord Jesus, and disputed against the Grecians, which are the Greeks, but they went about to slay him. So all these people want to kill him now. Verse 30, which when the brethren knew, they brought him down to Caesarea and sent him forth to Tarsus. They just said, man, go back to your home, in Tarsus there. You know what I'm saying? Then had the churches rest throughout all Judea, Galilee, and Samaria, and were edified and walking in fear of the Lord. So Paul helped all these churches around because of his zeal. They always they start doing natural law. They know what we all talk about all the time. These people understand it, and they are now calm, as we are. Once you know who you are, once you know you're a sovereign God of the earth, once you know you're an Israelite, once you know that your country is Israel and it's occupied by a foreign enemy who is actually your fucking brother. You know what I'm saying? That fucked up, dude. Is that not fucked up? But that is the truth. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. So let's keep going. Let's go to Acts 11. Acts 11. This is why I was so interested in this shit in my 20s. This is why I was so interested. You see how interesting this shit is? This is why I was so interested. Why I was like, fuck, I don't need to be drinking. I don't need to be fucking all these girls. You know what I'm saying? This fucking history is interesting as fuck. This is what it was on. You see what I'm saying? Acts 11 and 28. Acts 11 and 28. Acts 11 and 28. Acts 11 and 28. And it reads, let's start at 27. Remember what we read? Hold on, let's go back. Gotta show you again. The history. He's preaching in Tarsus. Remember we just read. They put him in Tarsus, right? Because of the Grecians. Remember we just read in the Bible the Grecians tried to kill him? They sent him to Tarsus. It's 36 to 44. He was in Tarsus. And then he was invited by Barnabas to teach in Antioch between 44 and 46 AD. And that is what we're about to read right now. Verse 27, it says, and in these days came prophets from Jerusalem unto Antioch. And there stood up one of them named Agabus, and signified by the Spirit that there should be great dearth throughout all the worlds, which came, or not worlds plural, world singular,